So, mm, uh, can you guys answer me? For example, it's an empty template. Uh, it's an empty template. Let's say DL. Okay, for example, if I want to split this curve, how to do this? I want to split this curve. I want to split this curve. What is the solution? How to write a script for this? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
How to split this curve into like 10 or 15 equal parts?
Split by curve, split curve, like um, it's
First
it's a node.
procedure,
I'm not able to. Yeah.
we have to get this into dynamo, correct?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
select model element, select this. Okay, fine. Can I see that in 3D now?
No,
Why?
we need to geometry. We need to change it
Still,
to geometry.
this is a Revit element. Still, this is
Mm.
a Revit element. Okay, this is not a dynamo element now. So element dot curves, element dot curve. So that element will be converted into a curve, and this is a dynamo element now, and I can say this curve. Okay, fine. So I no need a Revit interface now. So how can I split this into the equal parts? See, when it comes
Split
to the
curve.
actual structure, you guys have to split the lines, the curves, okay, like any kind of a surfaces, like structural beams, like you will be splitting like beams, you will be splitting frames, you will be splitting flows, like you will be splitting paths. There are lot of things to be splitted when you, if you want to play with a geometry, okay, because if you don't want that necessary part, so how do you exactly get it? You have to superimpose a CAD document. You'll be superimposing a CAD document on any surface or any element, and then you have to split that accordingly. Understand? So splitting is not a easiest concept. So if you have any questions, please to ask me at the same time. Okay, so element dot curves. First we'll start with the general curves now. Okay, then we'll start playing with the pipes and the ducts and then other geometry elements today. Okay, now element dot, how do I split this into 10 equal parts? 10, some, let's consider 10 equal parts. How?
Pointer parameter.
Splitted segment length.
Split.
Actually, Rajesh, I have
Mm,
again one question here. So
mhm,
basically, we don't require, splitting into some equal parts or something. So
mm,
suppose if this is a center line of a deck, and we want to split it into according to our deck segments, right? So suppose there are deck segments which are of 2 meter and 10 segments, and then on the end segment, suppose we have 3 meter deck.
mm,
So
mm.
we need we need to know how to control that.
Yes, yes, you can do that. You can do that.
Okay,
So,
okay, okay, all right.
see, I think I have already given this example to you before. I already gave you this example before. For example, element.curves. I hope you remember. Shoaib asked me, or I don't know, someone asked me this, the same thing. Okay, so let's
I
see.
think we did with parameter only last time as
No,
well.
no, we played with a equal
Yeah.
segment length also. We played with an equal segment length
Okay,
also.
let's see. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So element curves. Okay, so we have a curve now and pointed parameter. So pointed parameter, and pointed segment length. Okay, so what is this pointed parameter? So it needs a curve, and now I need to know the parameters. I need to know the parameters here. For example, like 0, double dot 1, and with the equal steps, I don't know how many steps I need actually. Okay, so I want the distance around like 0.1. Okay, with every 0.1 segment. So it will be giving me total 11 paths. So it's giving me the 11 paths. So it's a range. Now, if I want to go with the sequence, how many equal paths that I want? Let me select this and change the lacing to the longest. Now I can see 0 and 1. Okay, but I just want to know what is the curve length here. So it is around 65,434, correct? So if you don't want this, if you don't want like a I mean like a count basis, you don't want to go with like sequential. You need to know, I mean, for example, if it is every like 12,000 or every 10,000 meter, I mean like every 10,000, so you need to split. Then how do you do that? Point at segment length. Where is it? Pointed segment length. Now you know the curve. You are supposed to know the curve length here. You're supposed to know the curve length here. So curve, I just connected, and curve dot length. Curve dot length. Okay. So when I connect this to this, let's say curve dot length, I just connected this, and now I'll be using the same sequence again, like 0 with step of x. I mean end value, end length. Okay, so end length, double dot, cut length, okay, clear. Now the end length is this, correct? And what about the cut length? I just want need I need 10,000 something, so I just need, it's a 10,000, so it's a cut length, and this is end length. So end length, and it's a cut length. Now I have a sequence of 0, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. What about the rest of 5,434 then? What about the rest of the this thing? Then I want to add that into this length. For example, if I ask to split this exactly, see, it has started from this point and it has end here, and it is not considering the start point. Why I can see the points here? Because of this. Because of this. If I don't want to go with. Now, the endpoint from this point and this point, it's not considering as a part of that part of our model, whatever. It will not consider as an element. Now, I want to consider this also as a point. Then how to do that? So wherever the last value like 65, 434 something, it has to be added in the bottom of it. That's it. Simple logic. Now, how do you add it? Either I can use the same. Let me go with list.join. List.join. I want to join the list. I want to join the list now. And this value has to be added. Now, if I connect the segment length to this, what will happen? Lacing to longest. Now, from here to here, it's a 10,000. From here to here, it's a 10,000. From here to here, it's a 10,000. So, till here, it's a 10,000, but here, it's an end part. Correct? So, I'm not leaving this 5,434 as well. Clear, guys? Clear? So, is this what you are asking for? I don't know who asked this. Is this what?
Yes, that was a part of this. Yeah, right.
Okay, well, so
Yeah.
even I'm using this. How do I split this into the 10? I mean, I just created the points. How do I split it? I'm asking. How do I split this? Do you have any special notes to split this? You guys keep playing. You're supposed to play like this split option. Try all these methods. Try all this
Split
method
by
in
points.
this exactly.
We can
So
split by points.
exactly we can split by points. So don't go with only the notes that I've explained you in the session. You have to sit for like some time for yourself and do some R&D on other nodes as well, like how it works. Because I have a split by points and it is expecting geometry something. And why I have a split by point somewhere, I have split by points and it's saying it's a curve. Okay, what is the difference between curve and what is the difference between geometry? Will the geometry works on curves and surfaces also and solids also? I don't know. You have to see it accordingly. Okay, so split by tools. So what is this? And split list at index. Dyna split, I don't know. Mass split, I don't know. So split on white space. What do you mean by white space? Okay, so what are all this stuff? White space in the sense the front end and the text. Okay, so how do we use it? What do you mean by deconstruct? So when I looking for like split white is listing this out here. So even if you read the description, given a list, produce the first item in the list and a new list contain all items except the first. So it is like rest of items node. Okay, so how do you extract? Oh, we have a pipe split. So do we have a duct split here? I don't think so. Let me go to this packages folder and even I'll search and then I'll search.
Sorry, we have Rajesh. Duct
Sorry,
dot split.
we have right.
Ducts dot split. Yeah, yeah.
We have pipe split. We have dyna split. We have split duct by number of elements. Yes, we have. So we'll use this then. So we have a pipe split. We have a duct split. We have a tray split. Whatever. Okay. So how do I use it? Like when I start searching for a split, then how can I mean like how I'm able to get this? Now I have the points and how to convert this into the curves now. Anyone? 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 I have already explained this
Non scale by
example, it
points.
seems. Sorry?
Yeah.
Without using this. I don't
Nubs
want to
curve by
use this.
points.
Any sorry?
Nubs
Sorry.
curve by points. I said.
Nubsco
Can you
by
hear me, Rajesh?
yes.
By points.
Nubsco by points are.
Mm. Yeah.
Nubs curve dot by points. No, it will create a nubs curve using a point. But I want to split. I have a curve here and I know the points here. How do I split it exactly?
Curve dot split, split by
Curve
points.
dot,
No,
yeah, curve dot split
without
by
using
points.
this. Without using this. Can do we have any other option? Let's see. So
Mm.
if I
We
do
can create
this,
a plane there and
create a planar. Okay, then
no, we can't.
yeah. You even you can use that as well. Simple thing.
Yeah.
There is, I mean, if you're getting more ideas, more logics, I really appreciate it. Because if you create a plane here, let's say you create a plane here and you create a plane here, you create a plane here, create a plane and create a plane. Now wherever there is a curve, it has to intersect with the planes. You understand?
Yes.
So wherever there is an intersection happen, you can trim it. Correct? Right?
Yeah.
So that is possible. So that is also good idea. And any other ideas? So curve split by points, so it is expecting the curve. So just connect this curve to this, I'm sorry, to this, and it is expecting the points, and I already have a ready, I have the points ready now. So when I connect the points to it, yep, done. So it has created number of curves now. It has created number of curves now. I mean, if I want to see the curve dot length, Curve dot length. So curve dot length. Well, see, it's around 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. There is some sort of a tolerance. That's quite common in geometry. Okay. So 10,000, 10,000. In the end, it's like a 5,434. Okay, fine. No, without this, do we have any other option? And what is the, let me get this. Head geometry preview. And I have a points now. Then I use, so this is the first point and the second point. Can I connect a line from this to this? Let's see. So when we will be using this method is the time of cable trees, ducts and pipes. For example, I have a building. Let's say I hope you have seen like Bimera building. So it's a Bimera. It's like a curve. Okay. So wherever there is a curve, I want to draw a cable tree like this. I want to draw the cable tree and I want to draw some sort of a ducts according this as a reference as the curve. Then how do you do that? There are no this kind of a shape ducts. So I have to split into the number of parts. I have to split into the number of parts and these have a curvy shape, but the ducts will be placed like this straight lines. Let me show you. So um I want this point and I want this point. And again, I want to use the same point with the third point. I want to use the third point with the 4 point. So what is that node? List rider it seems. Yep. So list rider. So when I connect this, yep. See if you notice it, the first point, I mean the zero index value and the first index value. Again with the first index value with the second index value. Again with the second index value, the third index value. Again with the third index value. Now I'll be using list dot. No. What is that? Line dot. Line dot by start point and end point. No. Again, it's a problem. So we have only 2 points. No. Let's say line dot by best fit through points. So when I connect this, now these lines are different. I'm sorry. These lines are different to other. Did you notice that? Actually, this is a curve. My line has to come, I mean, this curve has to split exactly in the shape. I want my curves has to be split exactly maintaining the same shape. Then first method. Then it's a first method. Clear? Clear? Curve dot split by points. So this one gives you the same. It's exactly splitting based on this curve, and the second curve, and third curve, which is exactly maintaining the same path. But in this case, I'm converting, I'm converting this into a straight lines. I'm converting this into the straight lines. Okay. Well, fine. What else? This is fine. But what if? Uh,
Rajesh, just one question doubt.
mhm, mhm.
Can we also give some gap between two segment? I mean,
Can
I
we
want to
give
maintain
this? This one also I explained you. Ray, who is this?
Chandan.
Chandan, I already explained this. If you missed the session, I don't remember exactly in which session it is. I've shown you an example with adding some space here and here also. I just added like some space here and here. Which session is that?
I don't remember.
I'll share this later. I'll share this later. Okay. So that is possible. Even I have explained you this also. Let me have a look at it and I'll share you that later. Okay. So let me I think trim. Let me show you. I don't remember that exactly. I don't remember that exactly. Okay. Anyhow, let me show you. For example, this is a curve. Trim by parameter, start parameter and end parameter. If you use this, then parameter. I mean, for example, if you have a curves, you have a curves here, right? So you have a curves. No, I have a curves here. Whatever. So I have a curves, and I want to trim the end parameter with some value. So how do you do that? I just want to leave some 1500. If you notice this, the curve length, if you notice this 0.8, because that is expecting something here, and you can, oh, I'm sorry, control B. Did you notice this? Now it's giving some sort of a space here, correct? Isn't it? Now from this point, from the end point, like up to what extent that you want, so 0.9. So when I click on this, there is a space between one curve to the another curve. Got
I
it?
mean, what is the 0.9? It is in meter
0.9,
or in millimeter?
you have to remap the range again. You have to use remap a range. So what do you mean by a remap range? For example, so when I connect these values, so I connect these numbers to it, and this is my length, right? This is my length,
Right.
complete length, correct? So I have a numbers, and I want to check the values exactly. Okay, so how do I do that? For example, 0 double dot x value, I mean end value. So this end value is this end value, where I can get the end value, this one, 0 to end. Okay, so with the step of like, let's say 15 items. Let's say I use a 15 items and you have a numbers, and you have a numbers here. So when I connect this numbers to this, and what is the minimum value and what is the maximum value, this always should be 0 and 1. To get actual, what do you mean by 0.1, what do you mean by 0.2? Okay, so it's a 0 and it's a 1. So remap range you have to set and practice for some time. Now the 0 value is this 0.9 value means 60,760. It means if you minus like 65,434 minus 60,007 like 760, it means 0.92. So if I want to maintain exactly the same distance, this is what, that's what the distance. If you minus 65,300 434 minus 6760. Clear? So remap range in the sense, if you have a set of numbers and it will set the values, if whatever numbers you have, so it will set the equal values accordingly. Clear? So 0.92 in the sense the same thing. Clear? Are you
Yes.
clear now? So
Yes.
so this is what the curve length has been reduced from 9,000, I mean 10,000 to the 9,147. So this is how we will be splitting. Now this one I have already explained this, Chandan. Have a look the previous videos. Have you missed any sessions? I don't think so.
No, I have not missed any.
Let me trace this. How do you split? Am I using the same? Anyhow, later. So how do I split? Hmm, how do I split? Hmm, hmm, it's a pipe. So let me set it to the coordination and change this to the shaded. Okay. I want to split this pipe into some equal parts. Okay. Some sort of an equal parts, or else no, I want to go with the same with the 1500 or like 4500. So as per like MEP, what we do, for example, if there is a duct, we have to split it 4500 every for 4500. Okay, so likewise, so you can go with any standard. How do I do it? So first, select model element. Let's not delete it, is select model element. How do we create the UA? I'll show you that UA part as well. Select model element. I just selected here. I have a pipe now. Okay, so what else I do need? I want to know, will it bring element dot get location, element dot get location. So I have a start point information and I have an end point information and I have a length. So it's a 61,000. Okay, well, how do you get this length of this now? If I want to split, just you have to understand the logic. Huh? For example, if I want to split this into number of parts, what do I need? The basic inputs. What do I need? The basic input. Huh? What do I need? I want to know the length. Correct? So I want to know the complete length of it. Am I right? And segment length. Correct? So we generally call this as segments. So I mean, if it is a straight line and if you want only some sort of a part of it, we generally call a segment. So we need a segment length. Correct? So
Rajesh, I have doubt here.
mhm,
Like, suppose we are not dealing with the straight pipe, it is a curved, like the tunnel is in a
same,
curved shape.
the same.
So, in that case, like, based on which criteria we need to divide the pipe, like based on the length, I mean, like how much length we need to take, or like, is there anything like that we need to consider?
Generally, if you notice it, I think I have explained to whom I have explained. I don't remember. I hope. See, pointed parameter. There is a node called pointed parameter, and if I using this node, if I split into the 10 equal parts, no. And if I use um, pointed segment length, if I use this, both of these options will give you a different set of different set of allocations. This creates somewhere, even though I'm using like a 10 and 10 equal parts using this node, and using this node again I want to do with the 10 equal parts only, but these points will be somewhere else and these points would be somewhere else. Do you remember or you forgot completely? Do you want me to explain again? Do you want me to show the example? Huh?
I think below one we are specifying the distance, right? The segment length,
Same thing.
and above one, okay.
Same thing. Even for example, I am saying I just want to get the 10 equal parts, the segment length. If I go with 10,000, if there is a 10,000 line, if I split into the 10 equal parts, then it is 1,000 only, no? Correct? So
Yeah.
if I use the same parameters like 10 equal parts, then here also it will bring the same 1,000 only. Correct? But still, there would be a minor difference between this point and segment length and pointed parameter. Just give it a try. I think it's a first session of our dynamo geometry. The first or second session of dynamo geometry that I've explained you these two. What's the difference? Okay. If it is a
Yeah.
cow, if this is like a cow, generally you have to understand the directions of that particular plane as well. So this is how it will be split. This is how it will be split. So the plane itself which is changing the position accordingly. So if there is any change in the face, automatically it will cut it in a different direction. Okay, for example, if I have a straight line, this doesn't have any number of planes. It has only one straight plane. It has only one straight plane. Okay. So now this exactly meets this. This exactly meets this. This exactly meets this. I mean, this exactly meets this. This exactly meets this. This exactly meets this. And this exactly meets this. So that is how, I mean, the difference between the curved and a straight line. Okay, so when you're playing with the curved lens, you have to go with better, you have to go with the segment length instead of any like specific points. Instead of specific points, no, if you want to play with the points, then you have to use the plane as well, like planet parameter. This is must. So you have to use both at the same time. You have to use both in the script. If you want to go with the points, if you don't want to go with the segment length, then these two are must to play with. Okay, they must have it. So with only this pointed parameter, no, there is no sense. So you have to use this. Generally we can call this as a twin nodes as well. Most of, I mean, if you see any geometry script, if there is a pointed parameter, there must be a plane parameter also. Okay, so well, okay, I'm sorry. So what I'm saying now, let me show you the kind of an example also. Okay, so we have this. What do you mean by we have this length? So we have this length, something around like 61,000. Then how do I split this? How do I split this actually? And how do I do that? I want a number. I want a number, and I want a number. So let me set it 3,000. Let me set it 3,000. Okay. So what if I set it for like 3,000? So this is like a segment length. This is like a segment length. Okay. Now this is my, how do I get this curve length? The end length, curve dot length. Such a curve dot length. It's a curve dot length. And when I connect this, I'm getting this 2. Just give me a second. Why this guy is um, thank you. So curve dot length. Now how do I do this? Which operator, I mean, which operator I have to use here? Which operator? In this, which operator I supposed to use here?
Point at segment length.
No. Let me uh, length by segment length. So length is this and segment length is this. So it's a 20 point something. So so it's giving like total 20 points accordingly. Then I just want to go with, so 1 by this split length. So this split length. So what if it is giving me 0.049 something? So 0.049 has to be go with 0 double dot 1 double dot. So this is my actual the value. So SPL LTH. So what is this SPLTH? It means it's giving me total 21 points. So this value, the 61,000 has to be split it into this parts, and it is not even one here. Huh? It's not even one here. It is like 0.98 only, 983 something. Okay, now this is fine. Well, I just want to split this, and I don't want to split my pipe at the 0 point. I mean my split like sorry, pipe has to split at some points. It can ignore the start point and it can ignore the end point also. I mean somewhere here itself. So that is the reason what I have done 1 by split length. So split length is 0.049. I mean you asked me before like how do I, what is a 0.9, what is a 60,000 something. If you have a 65,000 of or 61,000 of length of cow, so 0.1 means here, 0.2 means here, but I don't want to see that with 0.1, 0.2. I just want to see with the 1500. So the next one is at the 3000. So how do you do that? So I want to split the complete value, like whatever the split value that the segment length I have. So I got the segment length for every 20. I mean, like I'm getting total 21 points. So I'm getting 21 points. So these 21 points, if I split with a 1, I mean like 0 to 1, I'll be getting this as a parameter value. We generally call it as a parameter values. Okay. So how do I go with this now? So cow dot pointed parameter. So cow dot pointed parameter. If this is a straight line, this, and cow is this. Now it's giving me the total. Am I somewhere wrong? Why I can see start point here? No, I can't see. So this one it's ignoring and 0.049. That's fine. Okay, perfect. Now I just want to get this count, list dot count. Why I need a list dot count? Because I have a pipe here. So I have the complete pipe. So this has to be split into the multiple times. In that case, I need this original pipe a number of times. For example, if I want to split this into 20 times, I need the pipe to split into the 20 times itself. I need this pipe to split. I need this pipe 20 times to split at equal points at every point. It means I need this point, for example, to with entire pipe, I will split here. With the entire pipe, I'll split here. So with the entire pipe, I'll split here. So you have to remember, if you want to cut any object, if you want to split any object, you need the main object for number of times it has to be splitted. So what do you need? How many? I just want to know. Just one. Hey. So my pipe has to be split it into 21 times. So list.count, I got this like 21, and I want to repeat the same pipe for 21 times. So list dot uh, of repeated item something list dot of repeated item. So number of times, and this element has to be split. So total 21 times. Okay. So this is okay. Then split, there is a node, especially what does it need? It needs a length, but we don't have a length here. We have a points. This is for cow. Mhm. So it is an L1 L2 level, and this also an L1 L2 level. No, it's not working. That's a problem with the zero touch node. We can't see the code behind it. Yep, it worked. Zero. So it has split this into number of equal parts. If you notice this, did you see that? Now this is a one pipe, and the length of it is 3000, and the length of this is a 3000, and the length of this is a 3000, and the length of this is a 3000. When it comes to the end, I'm just having only uh, something thousand. Clear? Because 60,000 has split it into the 20 parts. So 20 into 3, it's a 60,000, and the end one is like a 1000. Clear, guys? Clear? So what I have done here is just selected the pipe, and if I don't use this repeated item, list of repeated item, what happens? It will use the pipe with the number of items. But if you're playing with the multiple items, again it would be a problem. So remember this, you must need a list of repeated item to, I think this is the first time that I'm explaining you this node, right? Now I want to add the same thing, like some sort of an UI to this. I want to add a UI to this. Like, what would be the UI? What would be the UI? What are the inputs that we have? What are the inputs that we need here? Mhm. Let me multiple input form. Multiple input form. So this is a very this is almost like, phrase this let me phrase this. So what it does exactly, if you connect any, like some sort of a basic information, it will give you a pop-up. It will give you the pop-up. Let me show you. I just the first one, I have to start with the boolean. To execute this, I need a boolean. And I set it to true. Toggle false and true. Okay, it needs an input. It needs some sort of an input to display. Let's see, elements. The first input is going to be the element. So what I do, I don't remember exactly. uh, Data shapes. If I explain this UI, will it kill our time? I don't think so. Let me check. So data shapes. So we have some sort of a forms here, and if I want to play with any selection, so selection in the sense like we have a direct access to select some elements. So select model elements data. So select model elements data. Input name, button text, category filter, boolean. So input name, default value. Let me give a blank text here because I've been used this. I've used it long days back. It's a string, right? So string um, elements, button text, button text, button text. I don't think so. We don't need a button here. Category filter, category filter, categories. Let's say pipes. Let's say pipe, and it's not a single element. Yep, it's a category filter. So US select elements of category. Yep, perfect. So what do I need? Let's say Control L. So select model inputs data. And what else? I do need here. The length information. Length information. So it's a text box. Is it multi-line or I think single line? Input name, default text, and number entry. Yes. String, copy, paste, paste. Text box all strings no. Oh, this is not a string, huh? It's a boolean. So my number is a number entry. Yes, it's a number entry. And the default text 3000, 3000, and input name segment length. Segment length. Okay, now I have a two data. So what else I need a data? So I need the first one is an element and second one is a data. So the rest I don't need to do anything as an input here. So it will done automatically. So I need an element and I need a length. So these two are fine. Um, Group data, group data. Oh. So let's start create one input and second input. Total is not required. I think this input has to be added to this inputs. Um, Now understood. Now I got this UI pop-up. So, for example, if you want to play with the, I mean, this box, if you notice it, this box, if you notice it, this box, if you notice it, okay. So, elements is this, okay, and the pipes. Let's see, select pipes, select the pipes. So it is accepting. I mean, when you connect the category, so it is accept. It's connecting. It's like a pipes here, okay, and the segment length is this text, and the number that I've given it's this, okay. Now what is the set values? Let me see. So what is the set value? It's a button actually. So where is the button text? Button text, that is, I want to click OK. So that is a string. Oh, if the UI is there, you can't place any notes. So let's say OK, or else run. Okay, run. Okay, so perfect. And what else? Let me close it. And it has a logo as well. So I just downloaded a logo today. But how can I add this logo? File path. Let me go with file path. So logo, in the sense, it will override. It will override the DS logo. It's on downloads. Yep. So it's showing it's a COVID now. Okay. Perfect. So what else? I need the description also. Some sort of description. This has to be description somewhere. The block is for description, logo, button text, inputs, toggle, help in the sense, I think if you, when you click on logo, it will directly take you to this website, or else it will help you to, I mean, you would have a web page or website to help if someone have any questions at this. They would have a help also. So these three are like for this, I mean, to control this UI box width and sizes. Okay, cancel button. Let me close this. Why this cancel button? Stop executing. Mm-hmm. Stop executing. I mean, if I want to stop this, okay, it's adding one more button. So link to help, string again. So this UA is very important. We have a lot of notes like this. So please sit for yourself and try to create. I mean, if it is a small script also, if you're giving some sort of a UI forms, then it looks really good. I mean, it shows some sort of an impact in your company itself. Okay, so string, right? HTTPS. What's your COVID website .covid.com? Huh? Is it covid.com or something else?
Yeah, yeah, try that. And, well, let me check it. Yeah, same. It's a covid.com,
So
HTTPS.
yep, so we got this help here. Okay, I mean, instead of like a Kovi website, I mean, you can upload some sort of a screenshot like how to use a script, and you can link this as well. I mean, for this you have to go and check with your IT guys. Okay, this I button text.
Rajesh,
Hmm?
I tried all those notes in my Dynamo now, but I'm getting everything starting with UI.
Hmm.
Like if you see here, multiple input form this node here.
Hmm.
Before that, I had UI dot multiple input and even select model element data. Even I got it UI starting with UI.
Good man. Hmm.
I'm not getting I'm not getting like this. So why can I ask you
It's a
why?
old one. UI dot. It's a datasheet. So they keep changing it. So I,
Okay.
I think you are using the old node. I mean, replace with it. Just replace with it, and they have changed this order as well. They changed the order. I'm confused. I mean, after a long time, I'm just opening. I'm doing this. Generally, I don't explain this UI. Okay, I thought it has to be explained in the Dynamo player, Dynamo custom node in Dynamo player itself, but I'm not using it since so long. Okay, so this is description. Description means script name, I think. S- Script name. Let me check. Script name. Yep. So, uh, splitting elements. Splitting elements. Now, there should be a few more options here, like checkboxes. I mean, I can use, but we don't have that checkboxes option here. We do have it. So I mean, it will show like number of items. So that's a list data, I think. So input multi-line text box. Yep. So you have, this is a text box. So this is a radio buttons data. For example, if you have any data of radio buttons, so it will ask you to choose one category at the same time. Okay. So this, and we have a lot. Okay, anyhow, that's leave it. So select the pipes. Now what I do, I'll draw one more pipe here. I'll draw one more pipe here. So boolean, you don't need to stop and execute this. Select pipes. So I just selected the pipe, and I have an option to finish here. Remember this, when you're playing with any kind of an UI, it's a different UI. Okay, it's not a dynamo, it's a different UI. So you must have to click on finish. Then when you click on run, nothing happens because I haven't connected anything here. So what I'm getting, I'll be getting like a true. Okay, when I just have to click run, then it has to print the first element data, pipe data, and the number. So now I'm getting this information. Now I got this. So what to do exactly? What do exactly? Um, Element and segment length. Segment length. Element is 0 index value, segment length, first index value, okay. Well, so this is a pipe. So where elements required, let me connect here, and where the segment length is required, this has to be get it done here. That's it. Let me check now. So I just reframed everything. Now set false and set true. It hasn't select pipe. Selected the pipe. Click on finish. Then okay, run. No, it's not happening. So then you have to go one by one. Why it worked before, but why? So curved out length, it is not getting it. So why? Yep, now I got the curved out length. So again, split length. Okay, so it needs some sort of a refresh point. So list dot count. See, the script is same actually. I mean, sometimes it acts like that. Now see, element a list of repeated item. It's supposed to get total 12 times. So why change this lacing to longest? So it's a 12 times and list of repeated item, and also it's getting like 12 times. And if I split this, that is, it's splitted. So 4592, and it has splitted successfully. This and this, yeah, perfect. So it's the same. So I mean, you guys have to cross check once, because there sometimes there would be a problem with this UI as well, because it needs a proper refresh. It needs a proper refresh. So that is the reason, which is it here. Let me save the script somewhere. Day 22, it seems. Splitting. So you understand this UI, right? How to create this UI, guys? Is it clear? Is UI clear?
Yes.
Okay. So even you understand this, you remember this concept also, right? We haven't done anything. So we got this element dot length. I mean, to get the curve length, and then I used a curve length here, and I just divided with the like how many segments that I want. The segment length is like, I mean, you can set like 1200 or 1500, whatever it is. So that 1500, and then I want to cross check like how many values it's getting, and divided by one. So divided by one, because my entire length is which 0 to 1 only. So my entire length, even if it is like 100 meters or 200 meters, I have to consider it's like a 1 meter. So if I split that into 20 equal parts, then this is, I'm getting like a parameter value. So it's a parameter value. So now I'm using the same parameter value to create a points, and I'm using, I just want to know how many points it would be, and the main element has to be repeated number of times. Okay, so you have to check the lacing parts as well. Sometimes you have to play with the, I mean, you have to cross check the lacing part also. Clear? So earlier in first example we haven't used any lacing, but here we use the lacing. So remember those two. Well, so let
Yeah,
me.
Rajesh. Hello. Yeah, Rajesh, I have a question here.
Mhm.
Like, so here we have use a pipe, right? So
Hmm.
instead of pipe, can we use the generic model? Because here you have used the pipe, and according to the pipe, we are getting the line here. And after that, we are doing all the process
Huh.
on the basis of the
For
line, right?
generic model,
Suppose we have a, yeah. So still my question is still remaining. So
so you have to split that into the, I mean, you want to split a generic model, is it?
yeah, generic model and pipe is not, I mean, a simple geometry. Pipe is going in different angle. So yeah.
So this geometry, let me check.
Rajesh,
Yes.
is there a way to find the path of the sweep when extracted after the geometry? And, for example, if there is a solid which is a sweep, can we get the profile and the path?
Profile and path means?
We use path and profile to create a sweep, right? And it will create a solid in
Yes.
general.
Yes.
Can I retrieve the solid into a profile as well as a path, uh, like reverse engineering, reverse thing?
Reverse engineering. So you already have a
No,
profile. You already have a
yeah,
profile. Okay.
and a path. I create a sweep. Okay. Actually, I have completed the solid, and what I need is I just need the profile again, profile as well as the path again from the
Uh,
solid.
from the
Can I
solid
get that?
again. Yeah, yeah. You can retrieve it. You can do
Yeah,
that.
actually,
Let me
Pankaj,
note down. Let me note down your queries first. Let me note down your queries. One second. Just so you want me to explain like how to split the geometry, correct? Who was that?
Dinesh.
Dinesh. Give me a second, Dinesh. Splitting generic model.
Mm,
Okay, and then second one is what I mean, like reverse engineering method.
yeah,
Reverse engineering. So you
can I
want to
retrieve
get the profile.
profile and the path of the
Path is
sweep
easy,
geometry?
and even profile is also easy. Like why don't you use surface dot perimeter curves? Surface dot perimeter curves. For example, if I have an object, I just freezed here. Mm,
Okay.
for example, we have a cuboid. Let's say cuboid. For example,
No, no. Go ahead with the circle or a cylindrical
cylinder.
like that. Yeah, means of pipe, not cylinder. Like a pipe with curve, not a line.
Mm, yes. Okay. I don't think so. It will take much time. So
Mm, yeah, just create an nubs curve and a sweep. That's it. Yeah.
we have an element and element dot curves,
Okay.
element dot curve, and I have this, and you need pointed parameter,
Okay.
pointed parameter, and planet parameter as well.
Okay.
Planet parameter. So curve and the curve and the parameters, they're just considering it's like a zero. Okay, but when it comes to if it's a straight curve, Okay, so I just want this 0 double dot 1 double dot 10 some Caston lacing longest. Okay, well, now surface dot by sweep. Surface dot by sweep. Now this is going to be the profile. I'm sorry. Uh,
Circle.
Circle by
And Rajesh,
center point radius normal. Yes.
actually, what I am asking is, from the plane, can we extend the line towards the z-axis? What should we do? For example, if I retrieved a plane from a curve and I want to increase only the z value, or how to say, want to increase in the plane, I should move towards the z vector. So is that possible?
Towards.
Actually, you are creating a circle, right?
Yes.
Can I get the top point of the circle?
Top point means this point.
The Yeah, that point.
The start points.
By,
Is it?
not the center point, but the start point of the circle. Yeah.
Okay. Well, see now. So profile, and I have a path here, and this is my profile, and my path is here. Now I have the solid. I have the solid.
Yes.
So in
Okay.
reverse engineering method, for example, if you have a solid, very easy, like a topology, topology dot, you have an edges, you have a faces, you have,
This is not a solid, right?
it's a
Mm,
okay,
surface.
surface dot thicken,
Better we
surface
will
dot
create the
thicken something.
profile into a surface and then we can make a solid. Then we can make a sweep.
Let's add thickness 100 to it. Let's make it 200. So this is what a now we have a solid. Now what do you want me to do with? What do you want me to do with this?
I want the path and the profile again.
You want the path and profile again from this,
Yes.
huh?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you have a solid here. Then,
Okay.
so topology dot edges. So when I connect this, it's giving me total vertex points, start vertex and end vertex. This is not what we want exactly. And you want that the path and profile. That's it. Now I
Yes.
have a solid. Mm, what if the phases, when I connect this to this, I'll get this phase, second phase, and third phase and fourth phase. So phase dot surface, phase dot surface geometry. Now this is a phase, this is another one. Got it now?
Yes.
Now
Okay.
we got it. Now what do you do this? I don't want this as a surface. I want this as a perimeter curves. So surface dot perimeter curves. Surface dot perimeter curves. Now when I connect this to this, I got my profile. I got my profile. So
Okay.
which is connecting all, but I just want to go with only one surface here, correct? So what I do,
Yes.
I'll use indexing list of 0 of 1.
Okay.
So when I connect this and when I connect this, I got this curve, start point and end point information. Clear? Clear now? So
Mm,
if I use
uh,
isolate this, yes,
yeah, you got the curve right. It is not in the center. It is the edge of the. It is a top edge curve, right?
it's
This is not
a
exactly the center.
this is one point and this is another point and this is another point. So this is not the one. Then the surface is something else.
Anyway, the path is not going to be defined by the surfaces of geometry, right?
Hmm.
Is there any API methods to retrieve again?
Exactly. Exactly. So for most of the nodes, we can't see. We cannot see this set of nodes here. Dinesh. Dinesh or
Yeah,
Chand knows
Dinesh,
this. Dinesh.
Dinesh,
Because like we have a solution in the Python itself because you have to use a lot of loops to get this. Mm, because it's giving the same surface. Surface dot perimeter curves. Surface dot explode. Explode. I think you have sometimes you have to explode twice or thrice. Hey, geometry dot explode again. Can we finish our concept today, or will it geometry dot explode? Now again I have the surface. If I use surface dot this thing, it's giving me the curve.
I don't think it will retrieve Rajesh because anyway
No,
the
you can, you
path
can,
is
you
not.
can, you can, you
Yeah,
can retrieve this because I tried this before. So that is, let me check on this, or else I'll create a
okay.
Python and I'll get back to you on this. Okay.
Actually, Pankaj was trying to convey this thing only.
Oh, is it? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll check with him. I'll
Okay.
update him. Okay, don't worry. So
Also, Rajesh, as I asked before,
And
from the
Rajesh, I
plane,
have yeah, sorry, Rajesh, I have already shared my model with you. You can use that one.
which model?
I have a Zendik model. I have already shared with you in your chat box and WhatsApp.
Oh, you send me through WhatsApp. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay, fine. I'll check. I'll see them. So what else? It's already 11:24. Can I finish this? Yes. Okay, fine. So this is the first thing, getting the profile and path, correct? So I have to write a code
yes.
for it and splitting the generic
And
model.
Rajesh,
Splitting generic model.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, in the plane, how to increase the point towards the z-axis? That is my second question.
Okay, well, we have a planes here.
Okay.
I have a plane here. Then what do you need?
Okay. I want to move the point from the center position to the top in that plane. Hope you understand.
You have this point and you want to,
Yeah. Move towards the z along the plane.
so you want to create a one more plane here.
Not the plane. I want to move in a plane. I want to move the point from one position to the raised z position.
Then you have to use this plane as a, I mean, you have to use this like a coordinate system. So plane dot, um, coordinate system dot by, we have a plane. Got it? Now,
Okay.
when I connect the planes to this, now it's creating a different kind of a coordinate systems now. Got it?
Okay.
So you have a coordinate systems now, and what do you want to do that? If you want to add a point towards the x direction or towards the y direction towards the z direction, correct? So
Yes. Yes.
point dot by, generally we using like coordinates if it consider the default coordinate system, but you have a coordinate systems, like you have a multiple coordinate systems, then you have to go with a coordinate, uh, with a Cartesian coordinates.
Okay.
Cartesian means like you have a, like individual, you have a special coordinate system. So this coordinate system has to be connected this to this, and then if you
Okay.
change the x value, if you change the x value, see, if I keep increasing, let me set the value to 3000 at least. Now I can see x values.
Okay.
Got it? Now if I
Yes.
change, if I connect the same thing to the y, then again it will change accordingly. And if I connect this to the
Okay.
z, again it will change accordingly. So based on that coordinate system, based on that exact coordinate system. Clear?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I have already explained you this. I have explained this
Yes.
coordinate system, and I explained you there is a one more uh, node as well. I mean, I have explained you this. Let me update you. Who asked this?
Dinesh.
Again, Dinesh. Dinesh. And who asked the splitting generic model? Is it Dinesh?
Yes.
Profile and path? Is that Dinesh?
Yes. And the three questions were
So you
made
need a personal
by
training
also.
then, Dinesh. Not with everyone.
Not the personal, not the personal training.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, actually, this were not my doubts around. As I and Pankaj used to
Okay.
try to resolve it.
Good.
So
Fine. So we have a 30 minutes. Let me finish like how to split something, like flows or columns or something else. Okay. Let me show you. Um, hey, let's say floor. Let me draw some flow here. Let me finish this. Now I want to split this. Like perimeter curve is like 90,000. The area is something. Okay. Fine. So how do I split this? How do I split this? Hmm? Select model element. Minimize this. I selected the flow. Now I want to split this into like some sort of into the multiple parts. I want to split this into the multiple parts. How can I create this? How can I create that? In area, I have a flow, and first I want to get the perimeter curves area. I just want to get the perimeter curves. Okay. So for that, floor, what do you call that? Flow dot by outline. Floor outline. Floor outline curves. And want this. So once I got this curves, I got this curve. Okay. Then I want this like a polycurve. So I want to get the polycurve. Y means polygon by joint curves. I want this has to be converted into single polycurve because splitting is very easy. Splitting would be very easy, and I have a total 4 curves here. And I want to convert this surface dot by patch. For my understanding, surface dot by patch. Okay, so I got the outline now. I got this outline now. So what I do? How to split this into? If you want to split any surface like into the paths, do you have any specific node? Don't say no because I already explained you this before. It's a first thing
Isolate.
session. So, very good. Isolane. So isolane, so surface and ISO direction has to be like I want to split on both sides. So let's say 0, 0, comma 1. Now I got this. What about the perimeter? Chain this lacing to the longest. Now I'm getting 2 lines. Okay. Now the parameter, just want to go with 0 double dot 1 double dot 0.1 something for now. So they are placing, but it was placing only with the longest. But I want to get the other, then that's cross product. Yep. So my tiles are ready. Now I want to split my entire floor into equal parts, into the equal segments. Do you remember? I think I have explained you like how do we split like a surface into the like small kind of a surface areas into the equal parts. Do you remember? We had a session already, guys. Do you remember or no? Mute again. Do you remember or no? I'm saying just yes or no. If you don't remember, I'll explain. No problem.
I think I don't remember.
Okay. Well, so once we got this curves in two different parts, let's not flatten. Let's not flatten. So after let's not flatten, like I want to split the actual geometry. So I want to split the actual geometry. It is expecting the var geometry and it's expecting the var tools. I think both are same, no? First is getting all the things into X, then getting the type of it, and then appending that into the Y and adding that into the flat list. Then flat dot append X, return flat. Okay, this works. Oh my goodness. Even this is also the same code. These are the same code, but this guy has copied like from ampersand. This guy has copied. This is from ampersand package. Ampersand package. And this is from, if you see this, split by tools is from ampersand and split by tools from synthesize. Okay, this guy has copied exactly the same. So let me delete this. So I want the geometry. So the geometry is the elements. Well, I need a surface. So this is going to be the surface. And I want this curves. Now I have a surface. Now I have the surface. Now I have number of surfaces. I have a number of surfaces now. Okay, now I want to use the surfaces to split my floor exactly. Okay, then what to do? It is in list L3 level. I'll use it. Let's dot flatten. Then I want to get the perimeter curves of it. I mean, if you want to split surface dot perimeter curves. So I got the curves now. I got the curves now. Then how do I create? I want to use this curves. I want to use this 4 curves to create a floor. So like what I want to do is like floor by outline type and level. So it is expecting outline, floor type and level, and it is expecting outline, but it's a polycurve. And these are like curves in a list, and this is in a polycurve, but we already have we only have curves. Polycurve flow type. No, I think first one outline curves. Now flow type. What do I need exactly? So if you want to get the same flow type, or else what is this flow type here? So flow type is floor generic 300 mm. Flow types generic 300 mm foundation slab, and at which level? And at which level? On level 1. So it has created total 100 floors now. Now if I bx now I have this individual floors. If I hide this, I have the main object here. I have the main object as well. I mean, I do have this original element and I have a split elements as well. No, I want to delete this now. How to do that? I want to delete this. Then how to do that? Any idea? list.join, list.join. So we have an option called pass through. We have an option called pass through, and wait for I think wait then pass through. They keep changing the node names completely. Earlier it was different and now it is different completely. So now any data which is the wait then pass through has to be done once it is created. So not this one. So what I'm expecting to say is these floors has to be remain same and the original one has to be deleted. Once I'm using this surfaces. For example, if I delete anywhere, if I delete this element here, I can't get the surfaces. I can't get this surfaces. I can't get the perimeter curves. So it has to remain same. It has to remain same because that's my reference element. That is my reference elements. So that reference element has to be remain same, and then it has to create. It's just like using like that element has to be a reference, and these elements has to be remain same. Let me, what if I want to wait for like this any data, if I receive this, and it will wait for some time, and list.join, then this has to be this element, so I have a list.join. Now list of list of 0. So the first object what I'm connecting here 4164, sorry, 416148, 416148 has to be deleted, here. So element dot delete, element dot delete. What if use this? Oh, it's deleting the entire. No, there is no flow now. Okay, let me check, because this has to wait for some time. Any data, so this data has to come here. Oh my goodness, even I haven't saved the script. Guys, did you understand what I'm trying to do here? In previous case, like if I want to split like pipes or like ducts or any cable trays or any conduits, I need a same object for number of times to split it into the equal parts. Okay, but here in this case even we can follow the same exactly, but here it's around playing with like 100 objects. So one object which is, if you need more than for like 20 times, more than like 50 times, sometimes your script may like get some sort of an error. Okay, this is how, it keeps like rotating, it shows it's like running. Okay, the problem is, so that is the reason what I've done, I'm using some sort of a reference. I'm using some sort of a reference lines, and I use the existing element has to be exactly imposed on the same element itself. And then once if I reach whatever I'm expecting, then the original element has to be deleted. The original element has to be deleted. In previous case, the original element has splitted, but here the original element remains same, and we're using some reference elements. Okay, so this is like a continuous loop, guys. I did a mistake. So whatever I'm getting here, again it is passing here, and again it is passing to this. See, where there is no end actually, if you notice it. Let me stop executing. I can stop this. In this case, I can stop. If you notice it, so the data what I have connected here, so it is connecting here, and which is connected here, and the same data again I'm connecting to this. So again this data into this, again this data into this, and again I'm getting the same data into this. So this is in a loop now. So by mistake I have added into this loop. Do you understand? Do you
Yes.
understand? So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is the reason which is getting stuck. Okay, in this case, like you can, if you keep pressing like escape for number of times, then you may come out from that. It will prompt you, do you want me to cancel this? I don't know why it is showing now. Is my escape key working or not? I did a mistake, man. Now this has to be deleted the original element. This has to be deleted the original element. Okay, so let it go. What is it? Wait, then pass through. We have a two more nodes. So one is called like transaction. One is like a transaction start and transaction end. Transaction end. What do you mean by transaction, Dinesh? What do you mean by transaction start and transaction end?
If we do some changes in the geometrical thing, or we should use this transaction on and off.
Exactly. So if you're playing with any geometry, I mean, like if you're like playing with like splitting, or if you want to delete any objects, if you want to delete only the specific object, then we will be using the transactions. And transaction is a completely like a which is a dynamo thing, which is not a part of a rivet thing. Okay. So the transactions, even we can use a transaction in the Python script also. Correct, Dinesh?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so
We can
where
use
we
it.
where we have a different let me show you. I don't know why it's getting stuck. I think I have to close this. No other option. Close the array. No problem. So let me, if I go with boolean rivet boilerplate code, rivet boilerplate code. If you see this, oh, we don't have this here. Okay, then I'll go to the packages. Dynamo Python template. Let's say open with Python, open with WordPad. If you see this, the transaction manager. So the transaction manager dot instance dot ensure in transaction, and transaction manager instance dot transaction task done. So what do you mean by ensure in, and what do you mean by transaction task done? So this is like a start. No, I don't want to. Why not start? Control C. Let me close this. Notepad. Control V. Okay, so this transaction, like ensure in transaction, in the sense it is like a start, and it is means it's like an end. So if you are playing with any objects, if you're playing with any object, or if you want to create any like a transaction, for example, you see um, there is a, I mean, if you do something in Revit undo option, it shows like multiple options over there. So everything which is like an action. Oh, I lost my second more. Okay, so which is acting like, can you see the screen? No, right? I think it's completely blank. Is
We
it?
can just see the notepad.
You can see the notepad. Is it?
Yes.
Huh? I lost bar here, and just want to check the PC screen only. Okay, now the ensure in transaction, where is this? So here, whatever, if I want to do any changes, I can see the same. I can see the I can write the same thing here. Once it is done, then it will be out of it. Okay, transaction I'll explain you later in next session. So I have to explain like how do you split the walls and how do you split the columns and some other things as well. Okay, so today we have seen something which is like splitting with main element, the main element. Okay, so the main element has splitted automatically, splitted by itself. Okay, and second one, we have a main element and we just use some sort of reference. For example, can't I write, can't I draw something here? Okay, I don't know. Okay, so main element which is like used reference, and I haven't changed anything. So the element remains same, exactly the main element remains same, and I use some sort of a reference, used some reference. Okay, so these reference were created from the same main element till the end of the elements were created, till the end of the elements what it has to be created. So till the end of the elements has to be created. Once they're created, then the main element has to be deleted. Clear? There are two sort of actions. So mostly you will be using, for example, if you want to split any kind of an elements, so you'll be using the same strategy, nothing else. Clear? Guys, you clear? In this
Yeah.
case, if you want to split the main element, what do you need? Remember, the main element has to be like used number of times using repeated of repeated repeated item. Okay, so I want to use this if I want to play with the main element. If I want to play with the main element, I just want to use of repeated item, like how many times the element has to be splitted, the count of repeated item. Okay, when it comes to the main element, I don't need this because I don't want to do anything with that element. So I'm using that element as a reference. I'm using that element as a reference. For example, how can I paint something here? Okay, for example, my floor is at like this. My floor is like this. So this is a room and this is a room and we have a small room here. So this is my entire floor. I want to split this based on the walls. I mean, here we have a wall. So let's consider, how do you convert this? You have to fetch the line, I mean, like the outline of this wall. You have to convert this wall into the curve, and again you have to convert this wall into the curve. Again you have to convert this wall into the curve. Again you have to convert this wall into the curve. So using these curves, you have to split the entire floor in multiple parts. So this is a floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, and floor 4. Floor 1, 2, and 3, and 4. How do you do it? No. Okay, in floor 1, I need a space. Like I want to split this into the multiple parts, like 3 into 3 tiles, or like 2 into 2 tiles, or 4 into 4 tiles. So how do I split it? And I just want to know how many tiles it will take. How many tiles it will, I just want to know. And when it comes to the in the corners, they're not a complete tiles and off tiles. So these are like an off tiles. Okay. So how many off tiles are there? How many full tiles are there? So how do you get this count? So that's what for using, for example, if there is a wall, let's consider this is a wall, and I'm using like staggered wall system. So staggered wall system. So staggered wall system. I'm creating some sort of a staggered wall system. Then how many bricks what will be taken? How many full bricks and how many half bricks? So how do you get all this done? So by using the split with the second method. With the second method. With the second method, we'll be getting that. Okay. So the remain same, the main element remains same, and you can get the reference things as well. Clear? So in next session, let me clear that how do you you can cut the generic model also, but generic model part is some sort of something different, Dinesh. Okay. So and the second thing is I have shown you this reverse segment. Sorry, yeah, reverse engineering method. So I'll show you this reverse engineering method, like how do you exactly get uh,
The path and the profile.
path and profile. Okay, I'll
Yes.
get it. Profile, a path is easy. You can get the path very easily, but the profile also easy. Profile is also easy. I don't know like why. It's supposed to show it's like a circle, but it's showing it's like a curve. Let me sit on it. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
clear. So
Okay.
and do some sort of a practice and get back to me on some on the next day. And I hope we don't have a session on 18th, right? Is it holiday? Oh, it's a holiday, correct?
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. Happy Holi then. So
Rajesh,
yes.
I have a doubt in my script. Actually, can I share the screen?
Who is this?
Siddharth.
Siddharth. Uh, Siddharth. 1 second. Make presenter. Yes.
Actually, I have some error in Python script,
Hmm.
so I don't know how to resolve this. Can you help me with this?
Expand this. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
Yeah.
Let me. I need a controls. Just give me the access.
Yes.
Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Without reading this. Oh.
Now I'll just summarize what I have done. I have created two ducts here,
Hmm.
and if both the ducts are clashing,
Zoom in. Zoom in.
uh,
Zoom in. Okay.
if the ducts are clashing, I need to delete the clashing duct. So I have used the external
Okay.
package, but
Okay. Okay. Understood.
this didn't work. So I tried to open the
Hmm.
uh, package and try to
Hmm.
run it,
Hmm.
and there is some error.
Hmm. So this Python script is from the same node itself, is it?
Yes, yes, yes.
If it
But
is
it
not,
was working in other cases. It is not working only in these cases.
okay. Python. Open the Python script now.
I think there is some error in 72 line.
What is that? What is that error? What is that error?
I'll just show you.
Line object. line object has no attribute centroid. Okay, well, this is fine. So you're using US as well. Clash elements here, clash elements mean clash geometry, failures here. Failures mean clash. Okay, so everybody are leaving. Let me stop the recording.
That's why, yes, yes, that's why I asked in the end of the session.